Hello everyone, here's the third part of the series where I'm painting over my sketches which I made on location. This was in the second part and this was the first part. If you missed the first two parts, I will add the link somewhere here so you could watch it as well. And in this series I'm imitating my process on location. I went to Stanford University one day and the weather was so nice that I decided to sketch only with the pen. I am drawing with the Lamy Safari pen. It has carbon black ink inside, the waterproof, so I can paint over with the watercolors later. And as I mentioned, I already did these two sketches and I'm going to paint the last one which I made there. It has the magnolias, so it's the same tree but much closer. I don't have any photo reference, so I only will rely on my memory of that magnolias. And what do I usually do? I like to make dark background and then show the color of the flowers. The flowers were more like the magenta I have here. Probably I will mix it with the quinacridone burnt orange to make it more interesting. So this is one of the mixture, if you can see. I used for the roof last time. Today it will be more magentish. Okay, let's begin. Maybe I need to fix one more spot here because I'm going to wet the background and make it very dark. I'm still thinking what it should be. Probably it will be the same magenta and Perylene green. Maybe I will add a little bit of the cobalt blue, something like that. Okay, those flowers are also pinkish and the leaves are greenish, but I'm not going to use this green. I will also mix the green with the cobalt blue and gold ochre, or maybe cobalt turquoise. Let's see, I have some notes of the mixtures I can make. So probably this one, or where do I have, or this one will be nice for that green. Yeah, of course it doesn't have all the varieties of colors you can get from one mixture, just an example. So it depends on the amount of certain paint you will add. Okay, so let's begin. And as I mentioned, I want to make background very dark to make magnolias pop. Probably I will start with magnolias first, since it will be faster. I don't remember which leaves were purple, which were white, because they were inside, so I need to be creative. Okay, so that's the main color for the flowers. And I will add a little bit of this burnt orange. And my leaves which are inside will be yellowish, bluish, something like that. I need to try not to make them all look even. So for some leaves I will add details probably when they already dry. On location, I'm trying to also vary the color as I go. So some of them I will make darker right away, like this. Right here, it's in between, so it should be darker. So this one will be dark. I remember that the flowers which are not opened yet were the darkest. I can even add some blue or green to it. I haven't mentioned in this video, in case you're interested, it's a handmade sketchbook. It has Arches watercolor paper. I made it myself. The paper is 100% cotton. It's thin cotton paper, not the regular 300 grams, but much thinner. If I am not mistaken, it's about 190 or 185 grams per meter, per square meter. Okay, some other flowers, maybe this one. I'll make it a bit more reddish, and we'll add more water in it. I mostly often use wet on dry technique because it gives me more option to move my color and still have control on it. Okay, you see? That's the green one which I told you about in the beginning. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's lighter, so I can vary it as well. Magnolias are one of my favorite flowers to paint. I usually wait the whole year to paint them from the observation. See, it's exactly the color of those green leaves for the buttons. This sketch will be the most okay, sometimes I lost my it's difficult. It's difficult for me to draw and talk sometimes. Okay, and for some, so I don't mind if they make this cauliflowers. Here, these ones will be light. What else? It also has some bluish shadows and yellow tone on the leaves inside. So I will show something like this. I'm trying to make it very light. And sometimes if I need to leave some spots white, I can reserve it with a special pencil. I already showed it in the first two parts. It's a China marker. It's a wax pencil which draws almost on any surface, but you need to keep in mind that you won't be able to remove it from the paper. So if you leave some mark before watercolor, you won't be able to draw over it. So it will be white. That's it. So I'm trying to make my flowers look a bit different. That's why I'm using different colors. This one probably the inside, a bit lighter, and this should be still outside, or maybe also inside. Some shadows in the inner leaves. And also some shadows right here. I'm not sure, but I want to have some flowers completely white, so probably I will leave those flowers white only. I will add some centers. So that's very nice dark center, which I need to show. And here the center was showing off, and now I can make the background. I will add this white pencil where I want my branches to be white. I would do the same working on location. Very light, very light. And the same here. I want on top be them very, very light. Now, as I mentioned, the branches, because I want to cover the background without thinking about the branches. And I want them to be still visible on the background. And as I mentioned, the background will be very dark. It will be green, green, green with magenta. Okay. Add some more very light branches somewhere. We will see them when we'll get the background. And yes, now we can start. I will add right in this mixture some blue, or even maybe without green it will work nice as well. Now I would add some green. I like it. So that's the secret of using less colors to make your darkest ones. So with the mixture which you already have, you can just add 1 or 2 colors, usually a complementary color, which gives you a very dark mixture. And I want to add this blue. So what makes our background colorful? First of all, it's the sky, it's another flowers, and some leaves of the trees on the background. Okay, and I'm ready to start. So where should I do that? I'll start here. Probably I will add more green. It's the most neutral color in my palette, Perylene green. When it lightens, it is very grayish. I can paint over my branches because I reserved them. I sometimes need to clean it a little bit. I mean, remove the color with the wet brush. do it right now. I can even add some more branches by cleaning some color. I like the contrast of very dark background and very bright flowers. After I finish the background, I will see where I need to add some shadows on the flowers, and we'll do it. Because I want them to have some volume, and right now they might look a little bit flat. As you noticed, I work with just one layer of the colors most of the time, so I'm trying to add shadows right away when my first layer is still wet, and only if it's not possible to do so, I will add it later. Trying to paint over this. You see, I shouldn't worry about the branches because I used a special pencil for that. If you don't have this pencil, you can use the candle or even crayon. I'm trying to be very careful right here in the middle because I have cotton thread which goes across the whole sketchbook, and if the paint goes on this thread, it might color some of the other sketches and even leak through the pages, which is okay. so I don't mind if it's on the clean page or even if it's on the page which I already finished, because anyway the sketchbook is the live organism, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm not using any other brushes because I am imitating the process which I have on location. So there I might not have another brush. That's why I try this one and remove any extra water or paint with this one only. Okay, almost done. Almost done. I like it. I like it already. I like that this pencil adds some texture, so the water with the color still goes on this pencil, but since the surface is not even, it leaves this small spots. I don't know if you can see that, but believe me. And this looks exactly like the live branch. The Magnolia's branches are pretty light. Even where the shadows are, it still will be light. I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe right here I will add some background. Now I can check whenever I want to add darker spots on the flowers. So I would probably darken this one. So somewhere around these leaves. Like this, and also here in the leaves which are in between. Just spread this extra dark color with the water. And I also want to add some deep details. These flowers. And right here. I kind of like this cauliflower, which I got by accident, so I'm not going to cover it completely. And these light flowers I will leave light. I like how they are bright on this dark background. The same thing with this green. Oh, that's good, I think. Here some paint went down from the flower and removed the background, so you can fix that. That's okay, I like it. And maybe I want to find my and maybe I still want to find my white gouache and add some white splashes. I decided to add some white splashes with the white gouache. I always have my water brush with me, and I found that more convenient to work with this kind of brush. I need just to try how it works. Nice. The gouache is good because it won't be that bright white after it dries. It will mix with the color underneath a little bit. So if you're scared of white gouache, you shouldn't be. It just makes your spots a bit lighter when you need, whenever you need it. So I like to make a little bit lighter edge between the flower and the background, and somewhere where I have two leaves and they are the same color, I like to separate it with the gouache like this. Also, white gouache helps me to make those green leaves a bit fuzzy as on the real Magnolia. There are no restrictions in sketching what you can or cannot do. It's totally up to you. And that's what I like the most. No one can tell you what you should do or shouldn't do. In your sketchbook, you're the master. You can try whatever you want. And basically, in your artistic life as well. And in your life, of course. If it doesn't affect other people, you can do whatever you want. Okay, now I think I'm done. And thank you for watching. I hope you like this series. Maybe I will do something like this again sometime. Let me know what else you would like to see from me. Bye. See you next time.